Have you ever had someone in your life who continually interferes and just cannot seem to keep your name out of their mouth? They just love to interject themselves into every part of your life. Sometimes it's just a little bit of gossip here or there, but other times it's them stepping up to speak for you when they have no business doing so. I think most of us have probably been there before, frustrated, annoyed, hoping that they'll just, get bored and leave us alone. And sometimes they do. But other times, they may need a little more convincing. Now, from a folk magic perspective, there are numerous ways you could handle this. Some are simple, others are a bit more complex. But what I'm about to teach you is one of the ways I like to approach this sort of work that sits somewhere in the middle. Now, for this working, you're going to need a few things. You'll need a lemon, a small candle, a petition paper with the target's name and date of birth, or a personal concern of theirs such as their hair, nail clippings, their handwriting, and so on. Some thread and some red yarn, a knife, 2 nails, a controlling oil, licorice root, slippery elm, graveyard dirt, cayenne pepper, alligator pepper, and a mason jar to hold it all. So the first thing that you're going to do is take a knife and cut a slit in your lemon. Squeeze it to open it up a bit and use your knife to create a deeper pocket in the center. Now take you a pinch of licorice root and put it in the opening that you made. This root gives you influence over the target. Next, add the slippery elm. This is a tree bark that's used to stop gossiping, backbiting, etc. If you don't have this on hand, you can use alum instead. Now grab your cayenne pepper. Nothing fancy here, just enough heat to make their lips burn anytime they make the mistake of speaking your name again. And it also keeps them restless and keeps them busy moving around and a lot less focused on you. Now you're going to grab you some alligator pepper. If you practice an ATR, you likely already know what this is. It gets things heated up and really moving. If you ever need to get a work to perk up, all you need is a few alligator pepper seeds. Drop a few in your lemon to get the energy moving. Alright, so now let's give this lemon a name. Fold that petition paper with your target's name on it, turning it counterclockwise and away from you as you fold, and then put it into the lemon. If you had the target's personal concerns, you'd put them in there now as well. After you've got the target added to the lemon, take you some graveyard dirt and bury them under it. As you do this, speak to the target and tell them that you're burying them until their urge to speak your name goes away. Now, pack it in tight. Take your thread and start stitching the lemon shut. You want to do this in a sloppy and chaotic manner. Everything about this work is designed to be tricky to undo, to be layered, and to be confusing, right down to the stitches. Put a couple of knots in it and use your knife to cut the ends free. Now use a match to light your small candle. I used an orange candle for this demonstration, but any color candle you have available will work just as well. Drip the wax all over your stitches, sealing up the whole mess that you've created so far. Place the candle on top of the lemon and let it burn down. The purpose of this is to get the work cooking. We've got all of our ingredients in the pot, so to speak, and now we're turning on the burner. This is a good time to sit with it, pray over your work, or even speak directly to the target. While you wait, let's recap what you've done so far. You gave yourself influence over the contents of the lemon with licorice root. You fixed the work to control someone's speech using slippery elm. You created a restless and heated situation with cayenne pepper. Then you got the energy of the mix moving with some alligator pepper. Then you tied your target to the work through a petition and/or their personal concerns. And lastly, you buried them in the mess, sealed it shut, and now you're letting it cook. Alright, so let's get this wrapped up. Once your candle has finished burning, use your knife to cut slits on both sides of the lemon and insert your nails. This is symbolic of holding your work in place until the nails are removed from it. Press them in firmly to make sure that they're touching the center. Now take your red yarn and tie one end of it around one of the nails. Wrap the yarn around the lemon and then around the other nail. Pray Psalm 91 verses 10 through 13 as you do this. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Alright, now put your fixed lemon in the mason jar. Take your controlling oil and apply it liberally to the lemon. Hit it again with your licorice root, some more of the slippery elm, a healthy dose of alligator pepper, lots of cayenne pepper, and then top it all off with graveyard dirt. Once you've got this beautiful mess in the jar, the only thing left to do now is to seal it all up. From this point on, you could do a few things with it. You could keep it on a shelf or your altar and work it in various ways. You could bury the jar. You could freeze the contents to add yet another layer to the whole thing, and the list goes on. Personally, with a work like this, I would probably keep it around until the person stops and moves on, praying over it occasionally. Once they did stop and move on, I would remove the nails, thread, and stitching to release the work. I would take the petition paper and yarn and burn them to ash. After that, I'd dig a small hole at the base of a tree and dump all the contents in and bury it, minus the jar. There are many layers to this work that I've just shown you, so if you have any questions, please reach out to me on my website, bayouroothouse.com. I'll leave the link in the description. I hope this helps you, and if there's a type of spiritual work that you'd like to see me cover here, let me know in the comments. Talk to you soon.